The Atlas Post. Is your vote being counted? And how do you track your ballot? Well, according to CNET, there are over 79 million people who have voted early. And here's how you can track your ballot online, because this year more than ever, people are concerned that their ballot will actually count. With Election Day approaching next week, I want to make certain that my ballot is actually being counted. So today we're going to show you how to track your ballot, note important deadlines, and we'll walk you through tracking. And I'm hoping that mine was tracked as I deposited at a library Dropbox a couple weeks ago. And while you're watching, please take a moment to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for the latest updates. More Americans opted to vote early for the 2020 elections, and over 51 million were mail-in ballots. And there are multiple ways that you can return your ballot. For example, you can return your ballot by mail. You can drop it off at a Dropbox. You can go to a vote center on or before Election Day. But there's a few things that you should probably know. For example, if you registered, you had to do this before. You had to do it by mail, postmarked by October 19th, and in person November 3rd. If you had an absentee ballot, you have to return it by mail. It has to be postmarked by November 3rd, received no later than November 20th. So if you notice that, most of the people, we think that on Election Day that everything gets counted. Well, you notice this right here? They give you 17 days. Will your vote be counted? Well, let's certainly hope so. So you can also return it in person, November 3rd by 8 p.m. And you can return this wherever your vote center is. Early voting, October 5th to November 2nd, but dates and hours may vary based on where you live. So go ahead and look at your voting information that you have already received. See where you can go ahead at your vote center. And I'll tell you, go early. I've seen some of those lines that were really, really long, but I know people here in California, some people have said that they've already gone and there wasn't much of a wait at all. So they are going to be early. There's multiple days. It's not just one day. Yes, we have many, many days. Also, this is important to note, is you can also register and vote on Election Day. Well, actually, that's pretty cool. So if you are in all of these different states and you want to know how you can track your ballot, I'm going to give you the link for this article also, so you can go ahead and look at it online, or you can just click on the link. So also, tracking your ballot can give you peace of mind, because everybody was concerned that their vote was actually going to count. So this way, it's being tracked by a company called Ballot. It's a service that your state might use. This is the example, but others are relying on the U.S. Postal Service to monitor a ballot's whereabouts. So the Associated Press is also counting and verifying election returns throughout the U.S. So depending on where you live, you must be prepared to give them the following information, such as your first and last name, your date of birth, sometimes your social security number. And you'll go ahead and see, because we're going to show you the example right here as I'm filling it out. Actually, you'll get to see the blank form. And here's how you can track it in different states. For example, let's see, they have all the different states here that are already listed. I'm going to go ahead and show you California, because we're located in California. But if you're in a different state, you can, of course, click onto it and find it easily. So in California, it takes you, as you see, to californiaballotracks.net voter. So you enter your name, last name, date of birth, and your residential zip code. I also want to show you this other one real quick too. And this is when I clicked "Where's my ballot?" on a Google search. This is what popped up, which is the Secretary of State, and it shows you "Where's my ballot?" It essentially takes you to the same location because, well, let's just say they're using Ballot. So let's go ahead and go to the location. So this was pretty cool because you put in your email address, your telephone number for texting if you want. You can also do an opt-in voice. You can also limit the notification hours. And if you look right here, look at all those languages they actually let you put it in. Actually, that's pretty cool. And so you go ahead and press confirm. Okay, so this one shows where it says ballot accepted, October 15th, 2020. Your ballot has been accepted. Your ballot was received by your county elections office and will be counted. Yes. So it goes ahead and shows that information. Details. And you can see right here, it shows ballot outbound. Your ballot has been mailed. Your ballot is at the post office and is making its way to you. That's when it came out. Ballot was accepted and received by the county elections office and will be counted. Now, I wanted to see that especially because I was actually debating if my ballot had not been counted. I was actually thinking of going to see if I could go vote because it didn't get counted. But now I know it did get counted. So since I already have this, I don't need to get a text message or an email, even though I had already requested it. So this part is really nice. So it also says to ensure you have received updates in a timely manner. Oh, that was it. Since I just pressed it, they said, please reply yes to receive ballot tracking information and join Ballot Track's voice alert. So they've already texted me while we are recording this. So, oh, wait a minute. They're going to give me more updates than this. Okay, so while you're looking up your ballot and you're curious about when you're going to actually be updated and find out information, this was one where I returned my ballot by mail or Dropbox already. When will I receive an update on the status of my ballot? So if you mailed it, you need to allow 5 to 7 business days. And if you dropped it in your ballot box, it will be picked up based on the county's pickup times. And so once your county receives your ballot, please be patient as counties may receive hundreds of thousands of ballots each day. I know I've spoken with people that are going to be working, over at the voting office, and they said they're actually open for 5 days here in California. So if you've already dropped it off, if you think it's too close, you can, of course, drop it off in the mail, and it needs to be postmarked by election day, or you can take the ballot already done. Like we said, we can take it to a vote center. And to find out the location of your vote center, look on your ballot, because I know, like in Los Angeles, you just put LAVOTE.net. You could probably just Google search it and say, where's a voting center near me? And it will show you based on your location. If you allow your location to be, through your GPS on either your computer or your cell phone, it will direct you to different places to go ahead and take your ballot. But this is exciting because more than ever, I believe more people than ever will come out to vote. This election, more people will probably have reviewed the different ballot issues more than ever before because we have time. And you have time to look at the issues, know what you are voting on. Isn't that exciting? Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's another one. This one is here in Los Angeles, how to vote by mail in California, or this is in Los Angeles. Shows you how to track your ballot, request a ballot in a different language. We're going to assume that you have already done that because, actually, this one's important. If you returned your vote by mail ballot without signing the return envelope, we will mail you a document called the Unsigned Ballot Statement asking for your signature. So your signature is required to verify your identity and to process the ballot. And so you can download the General Election Unsigned. Oh, okay. So this form, just go ahead and print it wherever you are. You print your name. And of course, this is all the other information that you need for them to connect that it was actually your ballot. And you have to sign it. But notice, it also does have a witness. If the voter is unable to sign, may mark, it can be witnessed by one person. So once completed, you can use the options. You can call them up and ask them questions, 800-815-2666, option 2. You can return it in person, return it at the vote center drop-off box, return it by fax. Yes, some people still do take faxes or email. And notice there is a date here. Unsigned ballot statement may be mailed in the enclosed envelope and must be received by the RRCC by 5 p.m. on November 28th. Hopefully by November 28th, we will actually know who won the election. And also over here, let's see, you can drop it off at wherever you're voting by 8 p.m. on November 3rd, 2020. So that's what you do if you have an unsigned ballot, if you forgot to go ahead and do this. This is, of course, for the state of California. You will have another form like this no matter what state you are in, but this is for Los Angeles. Please, I hope you have voted. If you haven't, please vote. And if you have voted, check and see if your vote's been counted. It's actually kind of cool. And of course, I was laughing with one of my friends because, I usually like to vote in person. And they do too. I have some friends that says, no, I want to go vote in person. And last time I went to vote, the line was really, really long. So I wanted to make it shorter, of course. So to do this, I elected to vote by mail, knew I could drop it off. But I was really happy because I got the I voted sticker, which I thought you only could get when you actually showed up to vote. So you still get your sticker. So if you see people wandering around with their stickers, either A, they found a place that was already open so they could vote, or they voted by mail. Well, wherever you are, please do vote. This is the Atlas Post. Thank you for joining us, and please do remember to like us and subscribe for the latest updates. So thanks, and have a joyful day. And go out and vote if you haven't voted already.